to do hello. There, I can do hello. So, I'm going to repeat myself for those people who've watched, but I either, think to myself in the morning, what am I going to wear? And then I'll think about what I'm wearing. And then I'll do my makeup. And in the evening, I do it the other way around. So I'd love to know how you do it. And I've got Esme here because I can't see your comments, which is tremendously frustrating. I could actually just go live on, hang on a second, you know what I can also do? Because I'm just trying to be really clever with the technology here, is I can go to Facebook like that, and then then I can go to Trinny London, pages, Trinny London, that's not going to work, Trinny London, there it is, it's already there, and I'm just going to watch myself. Isn't that just so narcissistic? But that's what's going to enable me to do it. So do leave your comments about how you do stuff home here. So let's just do that. Home, and I wanted to see, there I am, yes, so we're going to do that live. So if I press play on the live, there we are, and I've got all your comments. That's fantastic, and I'm just going to put that phone up next to the other phone, and we are dandy. It might be a bit out of sync, but who gives a damn? So, oh, that's so odd, isn't it? So odd. All right, I'm going to start with the look I had today, because the look I had today was for Friday twinning. And when I was doing it with Chloe, it's, although I suit sequins, and it's very easy for me to work out outfits, makeup with sequins, when I wear something I don't suit so much, but I still want to wear it, I have to think really carefully. So this coat, I'm going to put on, even though it's so hot. Hello, everybody. This coat, for me, is kind of slightly off-white. It's slightly creamy. And the colours, when I had no makeup on, were a disaster. So I had to think, what is my palette going to be? So the way I started that process is I thought, I need depth, in fact, I'll just take off some of it, shall I, to show you. I'm just admitting everything here. I'm using a little white to take that off because biodegradable, Chlora. They did damage my eyes yesterday, though. But, without any makeup, got a bit of foundation on. It's sort of, it's washy, a bit washy-outy. So I looked at that colour and I thought, oh, that's a beautiful grey, and I like Chalice. And Chalice is actually that colour. It's this sort of lavender grey. So I thought, okay, I'm going to have Chalice. And then, where's my little bag there? I thought to myself, all right, I want something lighter because it's summer. I don't want to be like a heavy smoky eye, because I think also you look at a look and you think, is this a heavy smoky eye look or is this a light eye look? And I thought it's in between, just to be tricky. So I chose, which has now disappeared because I have got so much shit here. I chose Moon. Here it is. Thank you, Lord. I chose Moon because I thought Moon is neutral, and this is kind of generally cool, but I can do neutral with cool. I wouldn't do really warm with this. And then I took Virtue. So when I was doing my eye, and I started with my eye, that's the other thing, is what I start with first. I started with my eye because I thought I want to build up the depth there. So I put on the Chalice like that. It is a really beautiful colour. And then, because it's giving some darkness around my eye, it didn't wash me out. It's sort of, you can see, the more I put on, the more my face comes to the fore, and that's what you want with an outfit that's divine but not totally your colour. And then I thought I need lightness on the inside of my eye, and so I took Virtue, which is a really good, I taught Chloe to do this earlier today, but I took Virtue on my eye, on the tea kit, which is sold out, I'm afraid. We don't have any more till August. And then I did this little thing I learnt from Ray Morris a week ago. I'd done it before but not done it properly, so I took a bit of that Virtue and I went on the inside of my line of my eyeliner, and then I did underneath a bit too. Might seem quite adventurous, but Virtue is very soft, and it just gave a sort of little glisten to my eye, and I can soften this later, but I just like that. And then a lot of us might have, in the corner there, we might have a great darkness, so the more your nose has more shadow, the more it's really good to do that little inside bit. So that combination suddenly worked for me of Chalice and Moon. I kind of put just in between, so I put Moon here between the Chalice and the Virtue, just to sort of bring it all together. So I usually use one finger for application and the other finger for blend. But now my eyes are saying hi. So nice combination, goes with that. And the Virtue also had a relationship with the lemon. So then, when I think about lips, I think about what I put on my eyes, and I think about the depth of tone I need. So actually, I went to a shade I hardly ever used, and I thought to myself, my God, why haven't I not used it? And it's because since we've had Sooze, you know, whenever we get formulas done, we set the formula and then the lab in Italy make it. And they had slightly changed the shade of Sooze from that very original benchmark I gave them that we had made. So I noticed it the other day because I was wearing it. I thought, it's a little bit blue. So in the last batch of Sooze, they took out a tiny bit of that blue, which was making it a weird colour. And now suddenly I'm putting it on and going, love! It's named after Susanna. That's probably why I love it so much. But with that sort of lavendery going slightly blue and cool on my lip, did suit it. All right. Not on its own, but suited it. So I've got that there. I've got that depth of tone, and I've got that coolness to the look, which is great. But I don't want to be too cool. So then I took Bunny, little Bunny, and I put it in the middle of my lips, just to bring a bit of warmth back. If you put Shimmer just in the middle, I don't need this, but it gives you a much fuller lip. And you put all the attention in the middle, so you get that sort of poutingness of youthful youth. I probably put a little bit of Bunny over my blusher, but then because I've used Sooze, and it's all about keeping the palette, you know, that sort of Chalice is quite cool, Katrin is the sort of neutral cool, and Sooze is quite cool. Beautiful together. I'm gonna make some of these up, like, to remember, because I always forget. I do a look and I think, oh, it's lovely, and then I can never remember which one I did. So Katrin, in this instant, I used with a blusher brush because I wanted that soft sort of throwing out there of Katrin. And you know me and a blusher, I can just go a bit mad. So I do that. And then I took a tiny bit of the rest of it and I just put it on the eyes. So I'm going to take away a little bit of the silveryness and put some slight warmth, not warmth, but a sort of pinky undertone into the eye, like that. And then I take Bunny again, because there's the yellowness in Bunny, which is on that. And I'm just going to put that at the top of my cheekbone, where my blusher meets my cheekbone, to give me that sort of really very plump cheek. And I do like, you know me, I love that sense of plumpness you get when you keep your skin dewy. I think it's really, really important. The more matte we make our skin, I think it can just look lined and whatever. But I'm going to then take away this bit here, which my pores are a bit bigger, with some Miracle Blur, like that. There. So that gives you a sense of technique and of the balance of shades. So I'm just going to take this coat off now because I've done that look and I'm so bloody hot. And take some questions, Esme. Yes. Esme? Happy to take some questions.
There is loads of questions. Everyone's saying they're loving watching you do your makeup. They find it really relaxing.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
People think they bought their first stack. They're definitely adding Virtue to their next one.
Yeah. I mean, Virtue is so clever. And if you're very warm, just like if we look at that internal bit, because I think it's really interesting, which, you know, I'm looking at Match Me at the moment because I want to really make it even easier for people. But when I look at shades, like here, sorry, I just, I put cool, mid and warm when I look at my colours. So if I'm looking at, you know, if you're really warm, meaning you have a combination of sort of warm skin, your eyes are quite warm, and that would mean that if they're a blue, they're not that cold blue. You could have hazel eyes, you could have brown eyes, you could have a sort of greeny eye, but not clear, just sort of sludgy a bit. And then you could have a bit of warmth in your hair. Then I like sun as your internal little line making friend to open up your eyes. So I'm just going to show you the 3 different ones that I would use. So for really warms, to do that technique, and like caramel skin tones, beautiful, I would use sun. which is just such a phenomenal colour. It's got those mixtures of the orange undertone with that really 24 karat gold shade, which I think works very well. And then if you're kind of, if you are neutral, or, you know, yeah, neutral and up to, I'd probably say a light caramel, then, because you want it slightly brighter than your skin tone, then Virtue, which is the one I used. But you could also do this as a technique, excuse me whilst I get out 101 pods. You could also do this with Sunlight or Starlight, which are highlighters. And if we look at those in comparison, so if you're really pale, I think Starlight is beautiful to do this with, which is sort of paler here. Do you see Starlight? Yellower a bit. Virtue is pinkier. And then if you want to be sort of in between, if you're in between caramel, it's your olive skin toned, then you could use Sunlight and do exactly the same thing, which is here, Sunlight. So Sunlight to me probably sits between, even though it's a highlighter, people use it as an eye shade. That's the joy of cream-based products. But I'd probably put it sitting somewhere kind of around, it's a little bit more rosy than the yellowness of Sun. There, do you see? It's at the bottom. So it's got depth, but a different kind of depth to Sun. And then if you're very, very cool and very, very pale and a little bit adventurous, just a little bit adventurous, I adore, I've even done this myself on occasion, well I could do two, but I'm going to say cool and unadventurous, or less adventurous, not unadventurous, nobody's unadventurous, just cool and less adventurous. Then I might do Moon, which I'll show you. It's got a little bit more grey in it, so it might just be a bit too grey, but I have done this when I've done a Universe Smoky Eye. So where am I going to put that? I'm going to put that around here, because there's still that lovely sort of shimmer, so you can do that as your little V. And then finally, and people when they love this, is Star. And Star is just so beautiful. It's that sort of shimmery silver, Sun and Star. And that would probably sit, I'm going to put that here, like that, do you see? So all of those, so that's Star, and that's Moon, and that is Sun, and that's Sunlight, which is, so Sun is, these are eye to eye, but Sunlight is Golden Glow. That is Starlight. No, is that the first one? That's Virtue, which is an eye to eye. This is Starlight, which is our right light. Just great. And something that, you know, I don't feel it's something that you should think, oh, I can't do shimmer. A lot of people say to me, oh, can I do shimmer? And I think there's place for every single age group to do shimmer. And light shimmer can be so opening up of the eye. So if I was doing this look, let's say, and I didn't want to be so grey, and I wanted to be warmer, I'm just going to show you on this eye another look. So that's in a way slightly mixing a little bit of neutral warm and neutral cool. And they're not incredibly cool colours, and they're not incredibly warm colours. But if on the other side I wanted to do this idea with real warmth to it, then probably my journey would be a little bit different. I would take Sun, and I would take Victory or Empress. Victory, of course, you see, is another one you can do it with. My lord. So many here. I mean, you could, oh, so much here. So much here, but I'm going to do with Empress. Let me go back to my original there, and Victory, I've run out of. Hang on, I must have some Victory. Must have Victory. How many of you got Victory? It's one of our highest sellers, Victory, actually. It's just the most beautiful, like a kind of cool gold shade, and therefore that's why it suits so many people. But I don't know if I have any here. Oh, I do. Thank you. I've got a little stash. It's like a Trinny London look. Like a Trinny London shop here. I know. There's some benefits about being the founder, aren't there? Oh, Thank you. So, I've got some pale grey trousers. I'm so nervous I'm going to spill makeup on them. I feel I should just actually get down to my knickers. And I'll be much cooler too. But we will just persevere. So, this eye is going to do the same kind of thing, but with more warm tones. So, I'm just going to show you the shades that I'm going to use. You can just see that sort of family there. I mean, I can just use 2 of them, but if we look at the warm shades, you've got sort of Victory, which is sort of a bit neutral. Sorry, you've got Sun here, which is warm. You've got Victory, which is sort of neutral goldeny. You've got Queen, which is very warm, and you've got Empress, which I think is sort of warmish neutral. I'm going to start introducing into our vocabulary, ladies, a few new words, because when I say cool, mid, warm, some of you, you know, when I talk about cool, mid, warm clothing or everything, I just want us to get a language that we can all think, oh yeah, I get that. So I was thinking the other day as I was brainstorming with the team, the way I look at like colours, whether it's our colours or the way I look at the combination of skin, hair and eye, is I think there's certain colours I could say, I can't say that's warm. It's sort of between warm and neutral, so it's a warm neutral. Or neutral warm. So that's how I'm going to start talking now, just so you can kind of get. So for me, Victory is neutral. Empress is a warm neutral. Queen is warm. Okay? Does that make sense to you? To kind of, you know, does that make sense to you? I hope so. So when I do this look, you can either start with adventure or you can start with safety. So if you're starting with safety, you might just do a little bit, sounds weird, take Swala, which is our golden glow, and build up some background colour. All right, so when I mean that, I just mean give your socket some definition. So I'm going to use, I really want to use Ray's lovely brush, because it's such a bloody good brush, but I am, oh, it's here. It's a brush I have not made, she's made it, it's brilliant. It's very good for this purpose. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just give my eye a little socket without shimmer. Where we put shimmer on our eye is very important. So I'm going to take this. I always put too much on her brush, so dab on the hand, you know. And then I'm just going to go underneath my brow bone, and I'm just putting that non-shimmery depth of colour just there, like that, okay? Especially good if you've got the Cliffs of Dover on your eyes. There, so it's opening my eye up a little bit. So it's safe as well because it's not shimmery, and I've taken enough off the brush so I can just, you know, do that. And because I'm going to do a warm look, I'm just going to take the residue, give myself a bit of colour because I want this to be this side of the face at least. I'm going to do half side of the face, and then I'll put the rest. Oh shit! Excuse me. I'll put the rest to contour. Like just here. Talk about doing 3 in 1. Then I'm going to take. Has the colour disappeared? No, it hasn't. Then I'm going to take Empress, which is my... No. I'm going to take Queen. So I'm going to take Queen. You needn't use all these colours, but I'm just going to show you. So Queen is really just the most exquisite warm shade. It's sort of just got that undertone of a bit of pink in its shimmer. And I'm going to put that just over the inner part of my eye. And then I'm going to spread it out. So I just plonked a bit in the middle of the inner part of my eye. And then I spread it out with my clean finger. So that's really quite warm for me. And then I'm going to take Empress, which is slightly darker. And I'm just going to go a little bit here to get some definition there. But not go, I mean, if I go out to the outside, I'm going over that non-shimmery bit. And then I'm going to take the ticket, dropping brushes, and not getting on my trousers yet. And I'm just going to do a little bit of, in fact, I want to tweak it with a harder line than that. Fantastic. I'm just going to make a little eyeliner. So in a way, I'm going to put 2 eyeliners on here. One is going to be to emphasize my eyes, and the other's for that goldeniness. So I'm going to go from, tidy up under the eye later, from the center out like that, and then I'm going to do underneath a little bit too, and just have it coming back in halfway. Okay, probably got too much underneath, but that's okay, I can clean it up. I'm going to clean it up in a bit. I've really got too much underneath, haven't I? So let me just go back in with a bit of Ray's lovely brush, give a bit more emphasis there. And then underneath, I'm going to get my, well, I'll just do any one. I was just going to get that one, but I'll just do cleaning up and blending out like that. Then I'm going to take a little, whilst we're here, cleaning up, because I like to clean up as I go, because I'm not a messy person. And I will put a little bit of Mary on here and just put that, so, I mean, I've shown you this, ladies, a few times, but just put that in the corner edges like that, so that I'm going to give that uplift to my eye. Sorry, I've got too much of a dark colour on my finger. There we go, and I'm just going to do that, so my eye is lifted. Okay? There. God, we're getting there, aren't we? We are getting there. Now, I'm going for some sun, ladies. I'm going for some sun. So I'm going to be doing so much tidying up later. So I'm going to take the that little lipstick bit of the tea kit, actually, and I'm going to go for the sun there. And I'm just going to put it on the end of my eye in as delicate line as I can. Go slightly over the end of my eye, and then slightly across, tiny bit of my socket line. I'm sorry, my eyelash line, like this. You see? So I meet the Empress there. I meet the Empress. The sun meets the Empress. And then I'm going to go underneath, and I'm just going to try and take that just to where, in a way, my pupil starts, but not further. Do you see what I mean? There. If you want to, you can go a little bit more into that dark recess and just give some reflection. Be careful not to do too much and try and make it end in a point, like that. So you could then get the two to meet each other, just so they overlap a bit. And then I'll just do a tiny bit underneath the eye. Oh, the sun's come out. Of just softening it. Always soften more than you think you should, because it just gives a better finish. You see that just picks up so beautifully. Very unscary, really. Just picks up your eye, and then you can finish with a bit more mascara. Just get some mascara. Hello, everybody. Nice. You know what I like is, in England, I don't know about the rest of the world, it is a holiday tomorrow. So I feel that lovely, relaxed Friday afternoon feeling. I just put a bit of mascara there. And there you have it. So I've used Empress with a little swallow in the background. This is a really good eye if you are sort of warm toned. And in a way, this one, which I've done, I could, shall I smoke that over even more and show you how smoky it can get? So, because I sit in neutral, these can sort of both work on me, but I could literally do that Victoria Beckham kind of eye. And then what I'll do is in the corner, I'm going to actually make it cooler. And I'll show you with that silver, shall I? Because that will be quite interesting for you to see that. Would that be interesting? Okay. All right, there we go. So, let me just get now, where am I heading to? I'm heading to Cool, my little Cool palette. And I'm going to take from Cool, I'm going to take some Universe, which is not here. So I'm going to go look elsewhere for that. I might have a new one in my little stash. Hold on a second. Come on. Smoky Face, Chariot, Empress, Justice. Where's Universe? Why on earth would I not have Universe here? There. See? I will. So Universe is, for some people, you know, a lot of people say, do we do an eyeliner? And I think the best eyeliners are Universe, Chariot, Empress, because they work incredibly well. And they are actually formulas that were created as an eyeliner and eye shade formula. So I'm going to show you how I smoke up with a little bit of Chalice and Universe. Now, whenever you do black, it's always a bit harder because you make a mistake and think, oh, but this is not black. This is like granite. So I'm going to dig in there to the universe. Let me just get that. Because once you dig into universe, you just see, can you see the sort of, it's not just black, there's more to it than black. And then because we're doing black and we have to be careful and not go crazy and make mistakes, I'm going to just soften that and have it just on the tip and then press it into my hand, and then I'm going to go and create a line. There. Now, this is where it gets dangerous, because when I go underneath, I don't want to be just that black. You know me, I don't feel comfortable to be just that black. So I'm going to take the Chalice and mix some in. All right, because it's too strong otherwise. And just then press it in very gently at the edges. If you're somebody who is used to wearing a full-on black eyeliner, this is a very good way for you to soften the concept of what a black eyeliner can do, which is sometimes close up your eye. So I'm going to go back out here, and I'm now going to be a bit more liberal because I want this to be smokier. And then here, I'm going to just go in for some depth. Now, blending out, you have to do carefully. So I still, even though I have done coolness, I'm actually going to do, actually, you know what I'm going to do? God, I've just had a genius idea. Genius. I've got it here, and you know I don't know if I have it here. Sophia, I want Sophia, yes. No, I want Emperor. Of course I want Emperor. Come on. Come on, give me Emperor. So good, give me Emperor. So good if I could just get Emperor. Yes. I'm going to take a bit of Emperor, because you know we were talking about having that non-shiny way to go in there with more colour. So I'm going to do that with Emperor. And it's going to bring a sort of slight warmth to it. But not too much, just to that in like that. Oh, that's quite nice.
Sorry, Trinny.
Yes.
Louise has just mentioned that you've got a meeting at 3:30.
Oh, I have. Okay, what time is it now, darling?
3:34.
All right, darling, tell them I'll be 10 minutes late.
Okay, will do.
So I just want to finish off this eye for you. So with this, I want to really just blend out. So I tap first, like that, and then I go underneath, blend. Really soften. But the colours you can build up. So this is mainly Universe with Chalice. And then I've just done the wash of Emperor. And then I'm just going to go back and forth like this, diffusing it. When you think you've blended enough, you need to blend even more. Like that. Doing a sort of kidney shape, really, on my eye. And then I take, very quickly now, because we're in a rush, I'm going to take a little bit of Mary, and I'm just going to go into that little corner there that had just, it had gone too far down, and I'm just going to lift my eye up. You see that little lifting it up? Now we're going to go with a little bit of, we're nearly there, we're on the home stretch, a little bit of the, let's go with the bloody, let's go with Star, because we're feeling stars today. And I'm going to, again, take that and then tap, tap. And then the tiniest amount here. There. And then you can go in. Like that. And then I will need to blend them together. Do you remember the blending together importance? And then I'll do a bit of mascara. And I'm going to walk outside with one cool eye and one warm eye, but I really wanted to show you a cool and warm eye with this look. So, for the people who suit. So like if you're a cool blonde and you have peaches and creamy skin, or you've got a cool brown tone skin and you've got cool brown hair or black hair, if you just, you know, if you suit a colder red, if you suit a bright yellow, things like that, you will suit this, okay? So that is Universe with a bit of Chalice and silver star in the corner. And if you're warm, you suit predominantly warm things, you're sort of, you know, your family, you're kind of, you suit warm clothes, you look at autumnal clothes, then this is beautiful, which is Empress with a little bit of Queen and some sun in the corner. Cool. Warm. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. I mean, we were going to do about clothes to wear with things, but I just thought actually I was really enjoying that. Sorry. So I'm going to leave all these pots here. Oh, go to my next room and just come back and tidy it up later. Any questions, Esme?
No questions. Everyone just loves how that look came together.
What a bloody relief is all I can say, because it could have been such a disaster. And we'll catch up soon. So do write down some requests that you would like, because I'm very happy to do any film or makeup. And every time I do something with you, I learn something new too, because I still think, oh my God, I must use that and that. And then I create a little stack and I think, okay, how can I then do that for something really interesting we might do in the future? So I love doing it, and I don't have enough time to do it. So when I do, I really enjoy it. Have a lovely afternoon. And if you've just woken up, have a good day. Bye.